So, I don't know about you, but for Halloween, one look I've always wanted to try, or a costume I've wanted to try, is Divine. So, before I go full on pink flamingos, I thought I'd try out this look from her album cover, I'm So Beautiful. So, I've started off by cleaning my brows and then applying a whole whack of glue stick. This is going to be my first attempt ever on camera of a brow block because this is essentially a drag look. So I'm rubbing the glue backwards and forwards, making sure it's really covering each brow hair. Then taking a spoolie, I'm flattening the hairs, I guess you could say. Yeah, I'm combing them up so that they're as flat as possible against my head. Cleaning the glue from the edges off there, taking a sip of Diet Coke, and then blasting the glue with my hairdryer on cool. I found that it did take quite a while to dry fully in between, and you do want to wait between layers of glue for it to be fully dry. So here I'm going in with my second layer of glue, just going upwards so as not to disturb the hairs, and trying to flatten them out a bit more and really get them set in there. Once they feel totally dry, I'm going to take some translucent powder and really press it into the brow to dry it off, get the excess moisture out from the glue, and also really push it down in place. Just dusting off some excess around, and we're pretty much good to go. And now we'll start putting some heavy makeup on it to really knock back the color so you can't really see the brow hairs any longer. This is the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick. It's the closest thing I have to a Kryolan TV paint stick, which is like the ultimate drag makeup. A lot of people use that for their brow cover. So I'm really spreading that on quite thick and then blending out the edges with just a cheap sponge. Not using a beauty blender or anything fancy here because I want to really have it quite thick and making sure that it's opaque and covering the brow. So I'm blending the edges out so that I can then look super awesome with no brows here. Giving them another setting with translucent powder and really pushing them down because my brow hairs are a little stubborn, so they're trying to stick out. But we want to lay them as flat as possible against the face. Okay, so now that we're looking super cool, the next thing we're going to do is start working on the eyes. Now this is a big eye look. So we're going to map everything out with this light eyebrow pencil first. The first thing we're going to draw in is actually a brand new crease, because Divine's crease appears to be really just where her actual eyebrows are. So her eyebrows are removed, and she uses eyeshadow and liner and stuff to make a brand new crease under her actual eyebrows. So that's what I'm doing here, coming right out from the bridge of my nose and extending outwards. This will also help us once we get to contouring the nose, because Divine has like a very narrow bridge of her nose, and then it opens up at the bottom. So I'm also just taking that under the eye to give the shape for the lower eyeliner, and then mapping out the brows is super important. She's known for her brows. You know, the Pink Flamingos look is all about just two straight lines up and down and really extreme brows. This is a more natural look for Miss Divine. And so I'm just using that pencil and referring to a photo of her to see where the arch should be, and then just connecting those 2 points. It is quite a high arch, and then it does come kind of just straight down towards the hairline. But don't worry, we're going to go over the brows. It's not going to just look like this. And the next thing I'm doing here is actually mapping out the eyeliner, because this is essentially the inspiration for Kat Von D's new Divine palette. Yes, she just announced she's going to be putting out a palette inspired by Divine, and it features a really iconic eyeliner look. Okay, so the final prep before we get into the actual eye makeup is just putting a little bit of concealer under the eyes. This is Tarte Shape Tape concealer again in, I think it's called Light Sand is the shade name. And I'm just buffing that in with a Real Techniques brush. The concealer shade and foundation shade I'm using is a shade or two dark for me, but that's okay because Divine's skin tone is deeper than mine, so I'm trying to match that. But it appears okay on camera. It actually looks kind of light. So once that's all buffed in, I'm going to lay down my first eyeshadow. So for kind of a base, I'm just using, I think it's called Cozy Gray and Georgia Peach, which is from a MAC Amber palette. They're basically just the two lightest matte shades in that palette. Then I'm taking kind of a coppery brown eyeliner and going over that initial line that I laid down for the bottom eyeliner. This eyeliner goes straight out from the corner of the eye, whereas the wing liner and the kind of drawn on crease do tend to angle out and wing out. So it's important to distinguish those two. And then I'm going over it with just some kind of bronzy eyeshadow that matches it. So I'm taking that same eyeliner pencil and actually redefining our new crease to make it a little bit darker and the correct color as well. Just going over that gray pencil. I'm buffing in that eyeliner so it's a little more smooth, and then I'm going to take a series of eyeshadows, Cork and Aromatic, two more matte shades from that MAC palette, and I'm going to just gradually deepen that drawn on crease and extend it up a little bit towards our brand new eyebrows. Now that shadow is going to come directly into the nose, right into that new nose contour that I mentioned before. Now it was hard to find a match for the next shadow because in some photos I couldn't tell, but it looks like there's some kind of light blue color down. So that's actually from a Lime Crime palette, but I applied it super sheerly. So the first eyeliner I'm going to use, because I used about 3 or 4, is just a regular black eyeliner to get right in at the roots. And then as you see here, I'm using a liquid brush eyeliner to start making that intense wing and flick out that you'll see in the photo. You want to take your time with this and work backwards, kind of. It needs to be thin at the end, but then it gets quite thick towards the center of the eye. I'll include a photo here of the eyeliner so you know what I mean, and it's the one you'll see featured in that Kat Von D palette that's coming out soon. They just announced, I think it'll be out in February. They announced today because it's Divine's birthday, October 19th. Happy birthday, Divine! There she is. So as you can see, it's a heavy wing. So after that liquid tip eyeliner, I'm actually taking some cream eyeliner or gel eyeliner, whatever you call it. This is MAC Black Track. Fluid Line, I believe it's called. Fluid Line in Black Track. And just taking that from the inner corner and thickening out that line and kind of filling in the wing. Okay, so now that I'm pretty happy with the eyeliner, I'll probably come back to it, but I'm going to finish my foundation. So this is the same stick that I used to cover up the brows. And I'm just going to buff that in with a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, I believe. It's quite a heavy coverage, and like I said, it's a little bit just like a hair dark for me, so I am bringing it all the way down the neck and a little bit onto my chest, and as well as my ears, because my ears tend to get a little red. And I just want to make sure that I'm, for the most part, all one color. I got this foundation actually in a Buns trade, so thanks so much, Buns. It was a good deal. Okay, so this is a drag look, and it isn't a drag look. Like, I don't always consider Divine to be a drag queen. I just think of her as Divine. Um, but I'm going in with contour even though it's not a big contour look, which is unusual for drag. So I'm putting it just above my natural cheekbones and then along my jawline and chin. And of course, that nose contour that I mentioned. This is where we're really whittling down the bridge, so it's just like a tiny little bridge that opens out to the bottom of the nose. And I'm going to just blend this all in with the same foundation brush that I used before and the same brush that I used for the concealer. This look is actually, like when you look at the reference photo, it's more of a blush look than a contour look. Divine just kind of got glamorous. It wasn't like she was building herself a brand new face, which I think is what a lot of drag performers are known for. Okay, so I'm now actually taking a powder contour and going over that cream contour I just laid down, and this will intensify it a little bit as well as set it. Taking that powder contour as well over the contour I laid down on my neck, or my jawline, I should say. And now I'm going in with that blush. This is a bright, bright pink blush from Tart. And what you see me reacting to there is it's really like weird and patchy, which is why I don't use it a lot. I don't love it, but it was a good color for this look, and it's just so bright. But that's okay. I can fix that patchiness. I'll just go in with my foundation brush and kind of work it a little bit. I am also going to run some bronzer around my face. Divine's skin tone is quite a bit darker than mine, so I just want to warm up the skin a little bit, and it'll make it less of a stark contrast between the blush. Okay, so just putting on a good coat of mascara before I put on some false lashes, because of course it's a drag look, we have to put false lashes on. And there you can really start getting a look at that sharp dagger of an eyeliner that we've put on. I mean, the key for this eyeliner really is just trying to make it as thin as possible at the tail, which when you go this thick and heavy is sometimes a challenge. So I'm putting mascara now just on the bottom lashes. This is L'Oreal. I think it's like their anime or manga lash or whatever that means. And here you there's the pose that I'm kind of mimicking and trying to imitate. That's the look I'm going for, okay? That's the Divine look that we're going for. So you'll see me make that face many more times before the end of this video, because that's my reference photo, and I'm trying to embody her as much as possible. Okay, so like I said, I'm filling in the brow a little bit there with it's actually a Kat Von D product. It's like a liquid brow liner. And then I'm taking a pencil as well, just because I wasn't happy with the color that gave. So I'm warming it up a little bit here with that pencil, which is just a Rimmel pencil. Okay, the lips. So I'm really defining the Cupid's bow here with the lips. And Divine has this, I mean, amazing lip shape that everybody wants, which is an enormous, not enormous, but quite large upper lip compared to bottom lip. So that's what you can see there. I've extended the lip out from the corner and then rounded up towards the center and actually underdrew my bottom lip a little bit there to get that exaggerated shape. I really like the lip shape, actually. So I'll also fill in the entire lip with this lip liner. Hi! Before moving on to an actual lipstick. And, you know, kind of like I said with the eyebrows, this is a more natural look for Divine because she's so beautiful, but she has been known to go more extreme, especially with the lips, kind of just like almost rectangular, squared off shape. And anyways, you should Google her. She's the best. Okay, yeah, so filling in completely and then just taking my lipstick and going over. And I really didn't need that much of this lipstick because it's very creamy. And then I'm going to take a lip brush to kind of even things out a bit and make sure that the line is still quite precise as we want it to be. We're getting near the end. It's so exciting. There we go. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, I like that lip shape, you can tell. And here comes some more funny poses, just making sure that eyeliner is right. And then also blowing on my lash glue to make sure it's dry. And some more faces that I'm going to pull so I can look just like the album cover, which I'll show you right here. There she is. She's so beautiful. Okay, so my lashes are on. These are just kind of cheap dollar store lashes. And hi, I put my wig cap on. And that's it. Here comes the wig. There she is. This is actually, so this is a Halloween wig, obviously. It's, I believe, from the Marilyn Monroe collection. But I teased it as much as I could, because as you saw in that photo, Divine's hair kind of goes straight up. So I teased it all around, gave it a spray, and there she is. She's so beautiful. I'm so beautiful. Look at me, I'm beautiful. That's how the song goes. Look it up. Divine. So there's my over-the-shoulder pose from the album cover. Oh my god. Yeah, so as I mentioned, today, October 19th, is Divine's birthday. Happy birthday, Divine. Rest in peace. She passed away a number of years ago. And Kat Von D is, I guess, putting out an eyeliner in her name. An eyeliner and an eyeshadow palette that comes out in the new year. So I'm sure there'll be lots more Divine makeup tutorials on the internet by that point. I hope you enjoyed this. If you don't know who Divine is, you should look them up. She was made famous by the film director John Waters. She appeared in many of his movies, most famously in Pink Flamingos. But I think my favorite one with Divine was Female Trouble. I've got lots of problems, female trouble. Yeah, she played a young woman named Dawn Davenport, and all Dawn wanted for Christmas was a pair of cha-cha heels, and her parents didn't get them for her, and so she killed them and ran away. And it's a great movie. You should check it out. So there you go, my first, but certainly not last, Divine makeup tutorial, I think. Divine's just one of those people that every time I see, you know, even another photo of them, I'm like, oh, I want to do that look, and oh my god. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Okay, I can't look at myself anymore. Bye-bye. I don't think I look that different. I think I just look a little dolled up. What do you think?